People using substances or those with substance use concerns look for help across all areas of healthcare and social services. This means that they require everything from basic to specialized care. They will also need access to these services in a variety of settings. How do we make sure that everyone receives a consistent quality of care across those services? How do we ensure that the services and supports align with individual and community needs no matter where they are offered? We begin by defining competencies. Competencies are the behaviors, skills, and knowledge required to perform job functions and work effectively. The Canadian Centre on Substance Use and Addiction has defined technical and behavioral competencies for 7 job clusters in the substance use field. When you're offering similar services in different environments, using these competencies can help you focus on what's essential when it comes to ensuring your staff are successful. CCSA has also identified additional competencies and considerations relevant to working with specific populations. More broadly, CCSA's package of competencies and tools are integral to your workforce planning, including hiring, staff development, and retention. The competencies and tools can be used when working with staff to assess and review their knowledge and skills, to identify where capabilities are strong, and to understand what areas are still developing.
It's a great sort of litmus test to see where we're doing well and to see where the gaps are. And I'd also say for organizations out there that, that are coming of age, so to speak, it's a great place to start.
As professionalism increases in the substance use field and there is recognition of the specialized skills needed, competencies become even more relevant. Their value is in providing a common foundation when considering employees from varied backgrounds, employees with different levels of training and experience, and those coming from regulated and unregulated professions.
In Alberta, in the last 5 years, we have solidified our addiction counseling job descriptions, practice standards, role clarity, and scope of practice. This work was greatly enhanced by our adopting the CCSA behavioral and technical competencies. Addiction counseling is moving towards becoming a regulated profession in Alberta, and having defined and measurable competencies is very valuable.
A competency-based approach to workforce development addresses several key questions. What are the competencies needed for each job? What is the scope of practice for each job? And what is the level of expertise needed to effectively perform that job? CCSA's 7 job clusters come with competency profiles for each role. These profiles indicate the level of proficiency for each competency based on 4 levels: foundational, developing, proficient, or advanced. Competency profiles can be easily adapted to align with a specific context, organizational settings, or the population being served. So, how do you go about implementing competency-based workforce development? CCSA has designed plug-and-play interview questions for hiring and performance reviews. These questions directly align with the competencies. The accompanying ready-to-use tools and guides help you clearly communicate your expectations when hiring new staff and identify areas for development.
I think the value of the CCSA core competencies is that if you're looking at organizations that are accredited and that, they have their staff accredited, they have the organizations accredited, this is sort of a framework so they can see where they need to improve, they can see where they're already excelling. For organizations that I think, and professionals that aren't accredited, that don't have that body that they answer to, this is a fantastic place to begin, and they can start to look through this. CCSA's core competencies are a great tool to help people prepare for accreditation. to help them link practice to theory and help them to become better service providers.
The professionalism and success of the substance use field depends on the quality of the workforce it engages. Investing in competencies can improve recruitment and hiring, professional development of staff, quality, skills, and capacity of the workforce, and ultimately, the quality and consistency of care. Explore CCSA's competencies and workforce planning tools today. For information and updates, visit the Workforce Development Competencies page of the CCSA's website.